Hey guys, so just before I get into the painting, I wanted to let you know that this video is sponsored by Graphic and they are a subscription-based royalty-free image library with the largest collection of graphics, photos, and vectors available for unlimited download on the internet. They have over 300,000 images to choose from, which you can use in any project you like, including commercial projects, without any royalties or copyright. So if you'd like to try them out, I have a link in the description for a free 7-day trial to Graphic, in which you can download up to 144 pieces of content, and their annual plan is $99 for an unlimited access to all their images, which is pretty cool. They have a lot of graphic design templates and banners that are good for like web design or social media stuff that you could use, so please check them out. And I used one of their images as inspiration for the colors I chose in this piece, which leads me to the topic of this discussion, which is going to be choosing the right colors for your painting. Now, I asked on my Instagram what I should talk about for this painting, and a lot of people asked me about color theory, but I am just starting to get out of my comfort zone with grayscale painting for the values and then soft light layers over that, so I'm trying to get better with using colors from the beginning. So I'm not going to talk about color theory since I myself am just kind of experimenting and I'm so not versed in this, but I'm going to just talk, I guess, since colors were a big part of this painting, I'm going to talk about some of the quote-unquote color cheating tips I used. I mean, I'm not in any way good at color theory. I might make a video about that in the future when I actually become decent at it, but for now I'm just going to give you some of my cheats. So the first one is about complementary colors, which is a thing about color theory, one thing I know. And that is, if you have like a color wheel, the diametrical opposite colors on the wheel are complementary colors. So for this painting I used purple and yellow and then red and green. Now it's not really red and green, it's like a cyan color and a peach color, but they're still complementary colors. And that makes the image have some interest. It's not like a flat one tone kind of thing, but it still is cohesive. I kind of stuck to mostly purples and yellows and like cyans and peaches, and I guess purple and like peach are somehow supplementary colors, which I'm not going to get into supplementary colors because I know very little about those, but they kind of all work together cohesively. And on the subject of supplementary colors, which I know nothing about, it's kind of similar. I used variations of colors. So for the hair, it was originally supposed to be a brown color, but it turned into a purple, which is okay. But I didn't use a straight purple. I used various shades of different colors, so I would move the color wheel a tiny bit to get like pinks or blues, and I added them to the hair just to give some interest. You know, I didn't really just stay on the one specific point on the color wheel, you know. How do I explain that? It's hard. So if I had a purple, I would add some pinks and blues right next to it, or if I had yellow, I would add some oranges and some pinks to it as well, you know. I tried to stay away from like a flat color tone. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the reflectivity of surfaces when it comes to the colors of objects around them and the light that bounces off them. Now, some surfaces have different reflectivity than others. So in this painting, hair is shinier than her coat. So as you can see, obviously the blue from the orb is much more reflected on her hair than on her coat, but at the same time both still have a reflectivity. So for the coat, I added more interest by like taking the cyan from the background and using a very low opacity over the brown of the coat, just to create this color in between that kind of looks as if it would be a reflection of the colors around her. And in this case, since I'm drawing a person, it just helps the person look as if she is more part of the setting that I put her in. So it looks like she actually belongs there instead of just sticking out, you know, like being completely separate from the background. That being said, also different surfaces reflect light differently. And about light, not all light is white. I mean, a lot of people think that light is white and shadows are black, which is not really true. The color of light is affected by many factors that go into it, as in particles in the air. A lot of times it has a color to it, and in painting especially, since you know you take a creative liberty, it's nice to give lights quite intense colors. So in this piece, as you can see, the lights from the background are yellow, the lights from the orb are blue. If I had just made the lights from the background white, or the lights from the orb white, it would have just kind of been, it would be very one note, you know? So try to give your lights a certain color. That'll be my next tip. And my last tip is like the biggest cheating tip for digital painters, but it's good though. I mean, I use it all the time. Would be soft light layers and the overlay layer. And my colors when I start painting are very muted and gray because I'm not very good at it yet, choosing colors and stuff. So soft light layers help me tremendously for like illuminating and brightening the image and giving it some more saturation. So what I do is I use the soft light layer with a huge airbrush to kind of create more depth and saturation to the colors. So if I wanted to make the cyans or the pinks or the blues brighter, I would choose like pink from the background, which is pretty saturated, and I went over the pinks in the image and they just kind of made them pop more. Same with the yellows or the cyan colors or the purples, or I don't know, it just kind of makes the colors brighter. And you can adjust the opacity on the soft light layer so it looks good. I don't know if that was helpful at all. I hope it was, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more if you want to see more. I put out videos almost every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching.